Now, as for retail earnings, those reports will come out in a few weeks from now. But investors got a lot of ominous hints this week that they're not going to be so good. There was a chorus of complaints from one big retailer after another saying sales are weak. And the reason? No, it's not the bad weather like we heard all winter. This time, the blame goes to the consumer. It seems like consumers aren't spending like they used to. And as one CEO put it, they're in a funk.
Hello, welcome to Rent-A-Center.
Rent-A-Center joined the chorus today. Its CEO warned about second quarter earnings because of macroeconomic pressures and financially constrained consumers. The finger pointing began on Tuesday when Container Store chairman and CEO Kip Tindall said, "We are experiencing a retail funk," an acknowledgement that lower earnings aren't just due to the deep winter freeze anymore. Restaurant chain Bob Evans blames ongoing macroeconomic headwinds, including higher food costs, which of course affect all of us. Walmart's domestic chief, Bill Simon, says it's not getting any better, but it's not getting any worse. He notes that consumers from the middle class and down just don't have the confidence to open their wallets. That's clearly the case at Walmart, where sales have been down 5 quarters in a row and are expected to be relatively flat when the retailer reports next month. It's a sentiment echoed by Family Dollar, which reported profits fell by a third. Its CEO said it's still pretty rough out there and that the low-end consumer has not benefited in this recovery.
So is retail in a funk? Let's turn to Dana Telsey for some answers. She's Chief Research Officer and CEO of her own firm, Telsey Advisory Group, which focuses on the retail industry. Dana, welcome back. Good to have you with us.
Nice to be here. Thank you for having me.
So funk, or are we just sick of all the junk that the stores are selling? The same old junk?
It's a little bit of both. I mean, the weakness in the first quarter that you had carrying over into Q2 as retailers have goods to move. The second half of the year, we should be cleaner on inventory, and consumers just have more choice for cheap. The macro data points you suggested, they're not getting worse, but we need to give the consumers a reason to spend. Innovative product, Michael Kors, Kate Spade, what you saw out of Old Navy, Victoria's Secret, it's very carefully selected where they'll open their wallets.
So when you're going in these stores, what are you seeing? Who's got it right?
When I'm seeing who's got it right, I think Michael Kors has it right. I think Kate Spade has it right. I think we're seeing some of the other companies, for example, like Old Navy, where traffic is, and it's the international apparel retailers. Take a look at H&M, which saw sales rise 23% in the U.S. this past quarter, or Uniqlo. They're giving more competition to our domestic retailers.
What are they doing right specifically, Dana? Is it the product mix? Is it artful merchandising? What is it specifically? And you mentioned a couple of them. A lot of them are sort of higher end. H&M is not. Old Navy is not particularly. But it sounds like you're saying that the higher end retailers are more inclined to get it right.
They are, and it's really a category, the accessories category, doing better. The other category that's working is activewear and athletic. That seems to have taken share from denim and logo. And when you walk in a store, what do you see? You need to look for the signs of traffic, and you need to see less promotional signs. And when I look at H&M or any of the fast fashion retailers, they've got trendy product that's selling at low prices, and it's driving traffic.
Dana, to what extent is it that consumers are trading down? In other words, instead of going to Walmart, maybe they're going to the dollar store, Dollar General. Instead of going to the Container Store, they'll go to Target. Is that a trend that also is impacting why people are saying it's in a funk?
Definitely a bit of that. And I think it's they don't have an unlimited wallet. So are they traveling? Are they going to restaurants, no matter what price restaurants? They can't have everything, so they're choosing more carefully.
You know, one of the stocks you like is VF Corp, which has North Face. Mm-hmm. I don't know a kid in my town who doesn't have a North Face parka. They're getting it right, aren't they?
They are getting it right, and they have other brands that are getting it right, too. Whether it's not only North Face, but it's also Vans, it's Timberland. They've been very successful at running a conglomerate of product brands.
You've also have JCPenney. You're a fan of JCPenney, which kind of surprises me. What are they doing, right or wrong?
It's better than it was last year, and certainly the comparisons are easy. They've put in the marketing and the promotions in order to drive traffic, and they've put in the brands people are familiar with. Plus the fact that the home business now has a better assortment today, given that it's been reassorted, than it did just a year ago. If people are looking for incremental signs of change, they're getting it.
Dana, thanks very much. You always deliver the retail
Thank you.
goods. We appreciate it. Dana
Thank
Telsey,
you.
Telsey Advisory Group.